Well, Mark Andrews got robbed, Buddy Murphy doesn't have an arm anymore, and did somebody say Cruiserweight Tag Team Championships? Let's talk about 205 Live, guys. What's going on, everybody? It's your buddy, it's your pal Spaz Phoenix, the YWC Reality Check with your March 6th 205 Live review. The tournament continues, and we got a little bit of a breather match in the middle. Not going to go through very much house cleaning tonight. Going to do a lot of house cleaning tomorrow night on the NXT review because, yeah, I got another indie show that I'm actually looking forward to that you guys probably won't care about, other than one guy that's pretty unpopular right now with a baseball bat, you know. R.I.P. Eddie Edwards' eye socket. Moving on, there's your little spoiler for tomorrow night's conversation. But I will say, go up in the box below like we always do, check out the Q&A, put your questions in for the Q&A. It's going to be sometime in the week leading up into WrestleMania. You guys know the drill, you guys know how my schedule is. It's probably not going to be. It's probably going to be the night of WrestleMania or some bullshit like that. But, 205 Live. I'm going to level with you guys. I needed this show tonight because I had a fucking shitty day. I'm not going to bore you with the details of why my day was shitty like some people do, goofball from New York, but I will say that I had a pretty shitty day, and that 205 Live tonight was all the fun that I needed. Yeah, I mean, I broke down the matches, and I wrote down the shit that I usually do. Doomy Clipboard of Doom is in full effect. But this was also a very fun show for me, and it's really good when you can have a lot of fun when you're having a really shitty day. So we start off, obviously, with the recap from last week with Cedric Alexander and Roderick Strong advancing. Their match is going to be next week. It should be the final. I'm not going to drill that into the ground once again. What we have is the last quarter-final match. The one quarter-final match that I didn't think I was going to give much of a shit about, because you got the match with Ali in it, you got the match with Cedric, and you got the match with Strong in it. Now, two of those three guys are going to go to the finals, right? So, obviously, at the end of the day, neither person that won this match is going to go to WrestleMania. It was kind of the black sheep of the quarterfinal matches, so I wasn't expecting very much from it, and I was wrong. Mark Andrews is a hell of a lot of fun to watch in the ring. Mark Andrews versus Drew Gulak. Mark Andrews comes out in all purple, which is really lame, really corny. I get it. But at the same time, it's like, you know, it's 205, the colors are purple and orange. I'm really, really scared that they're going to do something corny at WrestleMania, like have one of the guys dress in orange, like, not like 205 Live branded stuff, but like, you know, everybody's got multiple. Look at somebody like an AJ Styles. He's got the black gear, he's got the blue gear, he's got the red gear, you know, so on and so forth. I'm really dreading the idea that for WrestleMania, because Vince has his hand on WrestleMania, not that he has his hand on 205 Live, but I want to believe they're going to resist the temptation to do something stupid like dressing one of them in purple and dressing one of them in orange. But I will say, Mark Andrews, the fun character that he is, not only the hoodie and the jacket that he came out in, not only the hat, but his actual ring gear was all purple, which is a nice little thing. Now, the crowd, I've given the crowd a lot of credit in the past little while, where, you know, ECW chants, TNA chants, NXT chants, we've gotten some 205 Live chants. The actual 205 Live crowd has actually been really decent, but after one collar and elbow tie-up and one toss by Drew Gulak, the crowd mercilessly chanting PowerPoint at Drew Gulak was kind of fun. Collar and elbow tie-up and a press in the corner and some chops by Gulak. Third collar and elbow tie-up gets Gulak working the arm and the wrist in a really dirty-looking wrist lock. Arm drags by Andrews, sort of, you know, follows up with some rolling arm drags, etc. Says, you know, you want to work on my wrist, I'll work on your arm. It's not quite the anything you can do, I can do better that I like, that you guys know that I like, but it's pretty damn close. Low drop kick by Andrews and a back elbow and a snapmare slap by Andrews in the face and some hard forearms by Gulak for his trouble. Gorilla press side slam by Gulak. He didn't do the whole press him up and then sort of step back and watch him fall. He just tossed him to the side. It was, you know, not that different, but worth mentioning. Body blows by Andrews, chops by Gulak, key lock by Gulak, again, and forearms by Andrews. You know, you're going to try and work on my elbow. Well, here's my elbow in your face. That sort of thing. Bulldog by Andrews, double knees, and a double stomp. Now, standing twisting moonsault by Andrews is fun. I love when people do the standing moonsault because it's obviously more impressive. You're not coming off the top rope. You don't have as much space to do what you need to do. Now, to do a standing twisting moonsault in the middle of the ring, especially a guy sorry guys, my glasses are fucked up. I'll be honest with you guys. The reason I keep grabbing my glasses, look, one side is broken. They sit lopsided. So if you see me doing this all the time, it's not because I'm fucking retarded or not because I'm having a spasm, pun intended. It's because my glasses are lopsided. So if that bothers you, shut the window and just listen. But not only do we get the standing, twisting moonsault by Andrews, he follows it up with, oh, we haven't had this in a while. Deep breath. Calm. Get ready. Say it with me. Say it loud. Say it proud. We got the Daniel Bryan silly kicks. And spoiler alert, it's not the last time we're going to see those tonight. Oh yes, Daniel Bryan silly kicks by Andrews. Electric chair drop by GULAK, which is good. GULAK, he does the electric chair drop, and then he pushes himself further into the electric chair drop for a pin attempt. It wasn't going to work. You don't have any point of leverage on that, but it was a neat little attempt. Irish whip, corner chops, and a mudhole stomp by Andrews. Head scissor from the top rope to the apron to the floor by Andrews was fucking nice. And not something you're going to see on the main roster under the watchful eye of Vince McMahon. I'm going to put that little estimate out there right now. Inside out moonsault by Andrews, and follows it up with a crucifix bomb with an attempt at a pin that doesn't quite work. Rolling lariats by GULAK. Stun dog millionaire by Andrews, which is another just beautiful move. But he goes for the shooting star press. The shooting star press gets blocked by GULAK with one knee. I have to believe, because two knees creates a flat surface for you to land on, I have to believe that any top rope aerial maneuver blocked by one knee instead of two would hurt more, would be more damaging to the rib cage, because you've got that singular point hitting you in your rib cage, and your what did the old announcers used to say? Hit you in your breathing apparatus. A little more pointed, but you know. Hits him in the knee, hits him in the chest with the knee. I can speak, I swear. Dragon Sleeper with a full body scissor gets the submission win for GULAK. And I'm sorry, I know Andrews is kind of a fun guy. He's not 100% 205 Live, because he still does show up on NXT. He still does show up on the UK division. I mean, let's be real for a second. I'm gonna see most of the guys from the UK division at an indie show in a couple of months. So... But he was really rolling in this match, and he pulled off a lot of really, really good shit. Drew GULAK, for somebody that I genuinely don't like that much, is good in the ring. But here is where the quality of the match does suffer from a little character development, because they're trying to do this sort of American Psycho. For those of you that have seen that movie with Christian Bale, American Psycho, you know, totally mild-mannered guy by day and goes around killing people at night. Essentially, I have to watch the movie again so that I can make a better reference than that. But the story at the end of this match was him with the Dragon Sleeper and Body Scissor combination, the fact that he wouldn't let it go after the bell. I was thinking for a very brief moment that we were going to have the referee reverse the decision because he wouldn't let go of the hold, but we're really focusing on his character division as a psycho now for reasons. I love the fact that people are chanting PowerPoint at him. It kind of reminds me of people chanting Husky Harris at Bray Wyatt, which we're on the verge of seeing again because WWE's killing Bray Wyatt, and that happens on the main roster, and that's not what we're talking about tonight. But in the back we have something, and maybe it's just me, maybe it really is just me, but you make your own tag teams when you play WWE 2K18, and call me racist, call me lazy, call me whatever you want to call me. I have had HIDEO ITAMI and AKIRA TOZAWA as the tag team champions on my WWE 2K18 for, I won't say months, but definitely several weeks. So when I see Drake Maverick standing in the back office with AKIRA TOZAWA and HIDEO ITAMI and saying, you guys are going to be a tag team, I bet you guys are wondering why I brought you in here tonight. Well, HIDEO ITAMI, you're a legend, and AKIRA TOZAWA, you're a former Cruiserweight champion. I mean, he had to call ITAMI a legend because he doesn't have any title aspirations that we can make reference to. But we're going to make you a tag team, and we're going to see what you can do. Now, this does, and you guys know I don't break a lot of news on here. I mean, I have the off-the-cuff series, but that's really just me being an asshole most of the time, isn't it? You can admit it. I enjoy being an asshole sometimes because it pisses off all the snowflakes, and that makes me smile. Oh, yes. But we do have, again, I can speak, I swear, I've had a bad day, and it's late in the day. Cut me some slack. We have had rumors that after WrestleMania, 205 Live is going to be introducing a Cruiserweight Tag Team Championship. Now, does WWE have too many belts? Yes, absolutely. Would this mean that we now have 4 sets of tag team titles in the WWE? Yes. Does this mean that if they put DIY back together, DIY could be Grand Slam Tag Team Champions? Oh, yes. We got the Lucha House Party. We've now got this team of AKIRA TOZAWA and HIDEO ITAMI. Now, I thought I was really clever when I did the thing on 2K18. I actually went to the Google Translator to translate into Japanese. I wanted to give them a proper Japanese name. So I found the Japanese translation of The Rising Suns, because I thought that was a neat name for a Japanese tag. I'm an idiot. It's right there. The cliche is right there. I don't know what they're going to call this team, but it's a lot of fun. And he says, oh yeah, by the way, you've got a match tonight. So we come back from what the WWE's equivalent of a commercial break is, and we got HIDEO ITAMI and AKIRA TOZAWA versus some jobbers. So the jobbers don't get much in. But boots by TOZAWA, knee strikes, a senton, collar and elbow tie-up, body blows, snap suplex by TOZAWA, double team by TOZAWA and ITAMI, and a suplex by ITAMI. You can suplex, I can suplex. You want to suplex that guy? I'll suplex that guy. It's fucking great. Dragon Sleeper by ITAMI, because we didn't see that enough in the last match. Series of kits like he does, top rope lariat and some body shots by ITAMI, super kick by TOZAWA, hesitation drop kick by ITAMI, top rope senton by TOZAWA. TOZAWA and ITAMI get the win. It's all good. I half expected the top rope senton to be a setup for a GTS, but considering we got Money in the Bank and Takeover Chicago coming to Chicago, I don't know how much they're going to push the ITAMI using the GTS. So, to hype up for next week, we've got highlights of Roderick Strong in the gym and talking about how he's prepping. He's not prepping for the next match, he's prepping for his match at Mania. And then we have Cedric backstage cutting that one more match promo, sounding like Christian back in the day, saying I've got one more match and then I've got my ticket punched for WrestleMania. It's all good. This should be the match at Mania. No disrespect to Mustafa Ali, he is my third choice. I mean, Drew Gulak's not going to WrestleMania, is he? Let's be real for a second. But all due respect to Mustafa Ali, I wouldn't mind the three of them having a triple threat match, honestly, if I'm being completely honest with you. But Roderick Strong and Cedric Alexander should be the match at WrestleMania. It's the money match. You got the one guy that had his shining moment in the CWC. You know, he's sort of been the unsung golden child of the 205 Live division in Cedric Alexander, and you got that one guy over on the yellow brand who's sort of the golden child of NXT, who we've seen struggle and struggle and struggle and not quite get there. Cedric on 205 Live has struggled and struggled and struggled, not quite gotten there. So you could have 205 Live versus NXT, which would be a great story in and of itself on the WrestleMania stage. Now I just hope they wouldn't paint the ropes purple and orange and yellow for that, but Vince, I'm looking at you. Now, Mustafa Ali versus Buddy Murphy, or as I will call it, the death of Buddy Murphy's arm. The psychology in this match is a whole lot of fun, but let's talk about collar and elbow tie-up. And they lock up a couple times, and they're sort of testing each other out. And neither one of them is really a bad guy, so they're kind of having some fun. They're kind of laughing it off. But it's that sort of, yeah, I'm going to laugh it off, but I'm still going to shove you type thing. After the second or third collar and elbow tie-up, there's a bit of a shove by Buddy Murphy, who then gives, you know, Mustafa Ali a little tap on the chest, you know, just to egg him on a little bit more. Tackle by Murphy, and a chain wrestling sequence to follow. Both men trade snapmares and arm drags. Normally when it says both men, it just says both men trade punches, both men trade chops. But both men, in this case, trade snapmares and arm drags. Head scissor by Ali, which leads the crowd in wherever the hell they were tonight, I can't even remember. But the 205 Live crowd that were earlier chanting PowerPoint now start chanting Purple Ropes. Now, I would laugh at this if they were creative like the folks in the UK who chanted Purple Ropes to the tune of Purple Rain, because that's funny, but just chanting Purple Ropes, you can kind of fuck off a little bit. Drop kick by Ali, lariat by Murphy and a mudhole stomp, kick to the spine by Murphy and a boot by Ali. Now they try to do something up top. Mustafa Ali goes to the top, Buddy Murphy tries to follow him, and he sort of boots him away, swats him away, you know, knocks him off his feet type thing. As he's trying to get up, he reaches out to the rope. Buddy Murphy does. He reaches out to the rope to try and pull himself up. While he's holding on to the rope, Mustafa Ali hits a 450 splash on the arm of Buddy Murphy, which I fucking love. Nigel McGuinness on commentary was perfect right here. Not only explaining that that's a high impact to the arm, you know, the arm absorbing all that impact rather than a whole body, but also that you could hyperextend the elbow and that you could totally be, you know, with the one-armed man in the ass-kicking contest type thing. Tornado arm drag into a key lock by Ali, working the arm. Murphy eats post, same arm, and then eats a Mustafa Ali hits him with a hangman on the same arm. Slingshot X Factor by Ali. He hits the Slingshot X Factor so hard that Buddy Murphy sort of folds in on himself and then eats a back elbow from Ali for reasons. Murphy tosses Ali out, and considering the fact that he has basically one arm now, hits a pretty dirty looking suicide senton to the outside that pretty much sends Ali right up the ramp. Murphy eats the turnbuckle, shoulder first, same arm. It's fucking wonderful. Reverse Rana by Ali and a top rope tornado DDT. Both of them have enough snap on them to throw Buddy Murphy around the ring, which is great. And once again, I warned you in the last match that it was going to come back one more time. We had Mustafa Ali with the Daniel Bryan silly kicks to the arm. Fucking beautiful. High knee by Murphy, enziguri by Ali, boot by Murphy. Murphy tries to go for his finisher, which I don't remember who said it a couple weeks ago in my comment section, but thank you, said that Murphy's finisher, that snap angle slam thing that he does, is actually called the Murphy's Law, which is both wonderful and incredibly cheesy at the same time. Tries to go for the Murphy's Law, can't because his arm is in shreds. They try, you know, there's a little bit of back and forth with some pin attempts, but ultimately a crucifix powerbomb pin combination gets the win for Mustafa Ali. This match was way better than I thought it was going to be. Buddy Murphy, I cannot believe that this is the same Buddy Murphy that was part of Blake and Murphy on NXT that I shat on for months and months and months. I was pissed off at this team because they were wasting the talents of Alexa Bliss, which we see now on the main roster. You're welcome. This dude is literally not the same guy. That's just my personal opinion, obviously, but this dude is literally not the same guy. The story that they told in this match, and obviously, any submission, any storytelling conversation will just tell you, pick a body part and just keep working on it. You know, you want to wrench on the arm, wrench on the arm. If you want to kick him in the arm, kick him in the arm. You want to put him in a key lock, a Kimura. You want to, if it's a hardcore match, you want to trap his arm in a chair, stomp on it. You want to run him into the post, which, you know, has to happen in every match now for some reason. That's fine. But it all started with that 450 splash on the arm joint and everything else after that. I mean, just run it down once again. 450 splash to the arm, tornado arm drag into a key lock on the same arm. Murphy eats post on the same arm. He hits him with a hangman on the same arm. Murphy eats the turnbuckle shoulder first. Daniel Bryan silly kicks to the arm. It's just everything was on the arm, and it's so simple, but it's what makes the match make sense, and when the match makes sense, that makes it so much fucking better. These guys are great. I don't think anybody looks shit in this match. Mustafa Ali is obviously taking the momentum to go forward. Buddy Murphy was the one getting his name chanted at the end of the night, and that's fucking beautiful. Anyways, and that's how we capped off 205 Live tonight. A lot better than how we capped off SmackDown. I'm just saying, Sami Zayn cutting a tweener promo and got cut off because the show was over. That was fucking wonderful. But tomorrow we have the Dusty Rhodes Classic on NXT, starting with AOP versus TM Nobody Gives a Fuck, and next week we have, as I say, what should be the main event the main cruiserweight match at WrestleMania. That's Cedric Alexander versus Roderick Strong. We're getting it a tad early. I'm predicting that it could be the best match of the tournament, but it's got a lot to follow up on what we just saw. Anyways, I've been Spaz, your YWC reality check. Subscribe up there, talk down there, start a conversation, keep all these conversations going. Don't be a stranger. I will talk to each and every last one of you later, but for right now, I am tagging out. Bye, guys.